questions, and the first one is to Elliot Duff from CSIRO and Data61. So the question is, what steps is CSIRO taking to assist in training the workforce of the future? Effectively, how do we match skills to the so-called SMILE curve? Elliot, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, it's a two-part question there. So, look, I'm involved in the Queensland Future Skills panel. So we're looking at skills for the mining sector and working with TAFE and University of Central Queensland to look at courses to service and maintain robots and also deploy and create robots. So that's one area. But the other area that we're really interested in is raising, I was saying about this skill set, is informing companies and SMEs what skills they need. And it's very difficult for them to know that without playing with the technology. So we've embarked on a program called an early adopter program, where we give technology away to a company, a selection of companies. We sort of interview them and we give some of our technology to them for them to play with. And at the end of that playing with the technology for 6 to 12 months, they learn things. They learn what skills they need and what capabilities they need to employ in their company. And we get to learn how our technology works. So that's the first area. The other area that's really interesting is around the SMILE curve. So for people who aren't familiar in manufacturing, the SMILE curve is basically a line that defines the whole manufacturing process, from the R&D to the design, to the supply chain, to the fabrication, the fabrication is what people normally think is manufacturing. And then you have the logistics and sales and servitization. And what's fascinating about the SMILE curve, it's a smile. The reason it's a smile, it's a curve of value. And what it says is that the value creation is actually at the two ends, at the R&D and innovation design end and the sales and servitization end. That's where the maximum value is in the manufacture of a product. And if you look at the situation, say Apple don't fabricate their phones. They manufacture phones, but they don't fabricate them. They're fabricated in China. But everybody believes that Apple manufacture their phone, and they create enormous wealth from the design of the phone and from the servitization and the apps market. And so when we consider the skills that we have, we should be perhaps focusing at the two ends where the most value is. And what's fascinating about that is that the Advanced Manufacturing Growth Centre did a report a few years ago looking at the aviation and the medtech area, which Australia is actually really good in manufacturing. We're surprised we're really good at this. Is that we're 40% cheaper in knowledge workers for those areas, so compared to the OECD. So Australia has a competitive advantage in the area in which we can derive the most value. And I think that's an area that we should be perhaps looking at and seeing why, if there's we have a competitive advantage and that's where the value is, why aren't we realizing that? And so that's something that we sort of need to be investigating.
Thank you.